Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rose like investigators. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rose like investigator. Okay. So, guys. Okay. So, all right. So, I am doing a reading here. It's kind of an update on the Democratic candidates, and I'm just like I've talked to a couple people about this before. I am kind of annoyed at what's going on with the. I'll just be honest, okay, with the whole thing with the male candidates and this guy Peter Buttigieg, who knows? Maybe he's a good person. I just find it really upsetting that there he, another white guy is taking over again. The minute this white guy appears, then it like takes over takes the attention away from the people that have worked really hard to get there. So I just can't shake the fact that I find him to be a distraction, but we'll see. Honestly, I don't think he has a chance of running or winning really for several reasons. A, because I don't think he has a chance to the necessarily win especially women of color. Okay. And without that, I don't think you can win. Okay. So that's, and he, and when you start seeing all these like Republicans support. Oh, he's so great. Look at the hand. Oh, look at the hand. It's like, I'm sorry. Why? There's something wrong with this picture. Also love the Bernie Sanders. Yeah, they want somebody who's not really likely to take on the stronger can. I still think the stronger candidates are Warren, um, Kamala Harris, and Beto. Okay, so we'll see. I'm curious, and it's like before people were like, oh, you were mocking him. Yeah, well, I just was like, I found the whole thing strange, but I find almost stranger the way the media is like instantly embracing this guy, even though he has so little legislative experience, and the whole argument that he's gay and that, oh, that means, well, actually, apparently over there where he is, he's the mayor of the town that has since the 70s has had Democratic mayors. So yeah, sure, I'm sure he's interesting, but we'll see. Okay, I I wish I just have this bad feeling about him. Okay, I wish I didn't, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I have a list here, guys. Okay, of people, and I'm gonna just get the cards. Okay, for the people that I think have. There's like 20 names or something. I'm not gonna do every person. I'm just gonna do probably 10 or sort of like I did last time. Okay, I do have to not get too many cards because of because there's not enough time. I don't necessarily want to know everything. So are they going to be the question is who is going to be the Democrat candidate? Okay, who's going to run both VP and president? Okay, so let's start here with Gillibrand. Okay, actually Gillibrand, just have her here. I feel like her campaign has lost some momentum. As we know, I'm not super necessarily a huge fan of hers, but let's look at her. Let's look at everybody. Okay. And like I said, I'm not gonna be super. I'll see what the cards say in a way. Okay, so the star upside down. Yeah, so I have to do it so that you can see it. Okay, so here the birds, conversation. Like I said, who's gonna be the nominee? Okay. So okay, then receiving gifts. Stick. Oh, I put the wrong necessarily. Okay, so hopeless. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting here. Okay, just to say, I feel like she feels that this this is the things going right in the right direction. It's upside down. So I feel like she feels like there's something off. This is conversations, talking to people about money. Oh, that's right. Maybe issues raising money. That's right. And then we have again the people with money on the table. Okay. And then we have hopeless and sick. So I feel like it's not gonna. No, it doesn't look like she will thus far, just because. Yeah, because the cards here. Actually, the story is pretty clear. She feels like it's kind of a hopeless scenario here with raising money, and eventually she loses hope and feels like she needs a break. She's like overwhelmed. Okay, all right. Then let's see here. Let's see the other people here. What about Jay? There was another person, Tim Ryan, who was one of the people who was against. Now he's come out, said that he's going to run. He was against Nancy. Well, I was going to do it for Rayon. Yeah, he was anti Nancy. He's like Nancy Pelosi. No, no, no. Oh yeah, but really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, so all right, so back to that. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think. Okay, if I'm correct, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so let's see here. Okay, so Tim Ryan, what's happening to him? Does he have chance? Does he have chance? Okay, so all right, moving on, trying to move on to something better, not the working. So, oh no, thus far, no, I don't think so. Private problems. Wow, there's a lot of problems here. Okay, so da, da, da. Ask kisser, woman. Okay. Foreign, yeah. So yeah, this is interesting. Trying to move on, like trying to move on to something better, but not necessarily succeeding. This is a card that heavy like serious problems. Okay, so it's not a good card in this situation. Something private. Okay, and then we have this is something illegal even. This is not in losses and something dishonest, and this is kissing ass. So I feel like, and this is there's one card here, and then this is of something foreign. So I feel like he's trying to yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there is oh, you know what, guys? Yeah, I don't know. There is something foreign. Okay, this reminds me, I don't want to look into him necessarily. I don't have the time. I'm not really particularly interested. But remember in the Steele dossier, there was this conversation. There was this part where he said something like there was people in the Democratic Party who kind of helped the Russians. I'm not saying, just because we have this something here related to something privately, there's a problem, pretty serious problem, something illegal related to ass kissing or people like trying to be nice to him who are foreign. So I'm just like, just interesting. Okay. So, but I don't think things look good for him. No, just because he has several negative cards. And like I said, this cards sometimes are nice in situations like this when you have a lot of people because as you guys know, I have strong feelings about some people over others. So this is kind of like seems it's less emotional in a way. So this is cool. So anyway, so let's say here, who else? Then what about Inslee? Okay, then I was like, Inslee, is that right? Jay Inslee. Okay, so let's see. And people, last time I spoke about him, people had issues with the way I said that he's like a Microsoft product manager from the 90s. But it's more to say that it's just like how he gels with the younger people. And I retort, it's not that I don't know apparently he's really good actually, but it's just that I felt like he social media wise and so forth, he was not connecting with, I guess, the younger people. Doesn't matter. But anyway, so let's look at what the cards, just the cards, what they're saying. This is upright. As a guys, I this is my direction, but I have to flip it so you could see it. Okay. All right. So it's weird because this to me has this particular set of cards have a lot to do with Trump. So I don't know what did you see he's a governor? So maybe he has something to do with because I'll show you. This is legal battles, okay, and this is also aggression. This is Trump and a big change, prison, loyalty, and money business problems. So I feel like this wouldn't I don't necessarily feel like this tells us that he is in trouble, okay, but I feel like he may be involved with issues related to the Trump administration. So in other words, I feel like eventually he might just drop out so he can focus on something related to Trump going down. Okay, I don't know. I just feel like here what it indicates to me is the legal issues surrounding Trump and the business issues that he has. Okay. This is loyalty. He's looking, the loyalty is somebody who is who's been there, who's consistently looking into this. So he's looking into how Trump has more not numbers, but then I'll do the vision for everyone. Okay, so but let's see now the next person. Let's see. Let's say Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. Let's see here. Who else? Oh, that's right. Let's see. Okay, so let's what, Leah. Let's do Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar. Okay, so not giving up. Okay, important. Okay, a letter. A woman. Okay, in Constanza. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so interesting. This is a bit inconclusive. This card is this is not, she's not giving up. Something important, a letter, woman. Now, in Constanza is, like I said, I've said before, guys, this card sometimes has to do with a person leaving. And it also means that I just, honestly, I don't think that it's great just because of this card. Okay. But if I look at all of this stuff together, I don't think it looks good just because it suggests that she is it's important not to give up, but but it's almost as if she's keeping this is a card of facade. Okay, so she's keeping up the facade, but privately she's doubting things. Okay, so that's just what it looks like. But in terms of, I don't think it doesn't look horrible for her. No, it doesn't look super bad, but it does not look that great either. Okay, so then let's look at uh Julian Castro, right? Okay, so an offer. Okay, an offer. Okay, money. Sad news. Oh, that's right. Okay. And then the man here. Okay. Then yeah, so widow upside down. So I feel like, guys, he doesn't, and you know what? This is conversation. So I feel like essentially this is confirming what we know already. It's on the news that he's having a hard time raising money. Okay, so this is an offers of a lot of money. It's not sad news. It doesn't get what he wants. But then this is a card of, usually a lot of times this suggests financial losses, and he's having conversations with people close to him. So it's also, he's probably thinking he does not have the money to go through with it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I see it. All right. Okay. So then the next thing we have is, let's see the next person. Let's see. Okay. So what about um this person, Andrew Young. Okay, so Andrew Yang. Okay, Yang. So is this the only Asian person? And I feel like I'm a little bit suspicious of him just because he has a lot of donations in Bitcoin, and he's a tech person supposedly, and also the whole thing. He talks about the minimum. What is it called? There's this thing I want to talk about this a little bit. Okay, so it's the minimum. There's a name. Let me find it. Okay, so probably going to link here. So universal basic income. Okay. So I find, okay, this is the thing. This is why I'm suspicious of this. Because the person who was first interested pushing this idea is this guy named Sam Altman from Y Combinator. Okay, at least publicly. And he was funding these people in Oakland, I think, to see what he what he could accomplish with $1,000 a month. It sounds great on paper or when you think about it. However, this is a totally random coincidence. I think this was around the time of 2000. I don't know if it was like last year, but I was listening to New York Public Radio, and they were interviewing this person who wanted, I don't know what election it was for. I think it was governor. I don't remember honestly, which I think it was the same race of that woman, Cynthia Nixon. Anyway, so it was just a random guy, or I just remember the interview of this guy. And it's not him, it's not Andrea, but I'm telling you why I find it troubling. So he was also a random tech person that had this idea. Oh, I'm all for universal basic income. And then the guy, there's this great interviewer in New York City public radio. His name is Brian Lair, and he asked him, where does this money come from? Does this come from the income taxes. He said no, it comes from companies or something like that. And to me, I was like, immediately I thought the Kochs. You know why? Because the Kochs are, are behind a lot of weird. First of all, the guy who was Sam Altman from Y Combinator is very close friends with Peter Thiel. And I feel like this is one of those things, for example, how they're using like immigration as an excuse to try to cut out Medicare. So they're like, oh, we just need some money, we're going to do this basic. And but there's no money for it. You know what I mean? You have to take it like at the same time that they're removing taxes from companies, they are going to say that companies are going to fund, you know what I mean? You have to think about it from an accounting and a budget perspective. This is why I'm suspicious. I don't know who generated this, and I don't know, sort of like, how they're like, oh, I hate welfare, whatever. Like, what? It's so strange to me that this is, because it's sort of like this whole idea is that it depersonalizes poverty. It's like, oh, everybody gets some money, and it's like, no, there's reasons why people need assistance. There's reasons why you should fund it. It kind of becomes like tech a lot of times has these weird like, oh, one liner solution to things that are very complex, and it never works for that reason because it's not a one liner situation. So that's why this is the background. So anyway, with that having said that, let's look at him and see. So this is why, to me, he feels he reads like a libertarian in many ways, for association alone. Okay. Oh wow, look soon. The site is not good. Not good. Okay, so Molar, or a good person, good man. It could be him, okay? We don't know. So yeah, so this is, oh, that's right, like this, right? Because it's for you, it's not for me. So anyway, so upside down. So yeah, so soon there's gonna be cut. Okay, so he's gonna give up on it. There's something meetings in the afternoon, and then yeah, there's some shady old stuff coming, something's connected to his past. But I don't honestly, just because he has this scythe and he has this like this piacere here, I don't think it looks good for him. No. Okay. So this is it. Now let's see here. Who the other people here? Let's see. Um, let's see here. Okay, Kamala, Cory Booker. Okay, Cory Booker. Oh, Tulsi. Let's say Cory Booker and then Tulsi. Okay, like I said, I have to rush because it's Cory Booker. Interesting, because there's a lot of money here for him, but he has some issues. Okay, so here we have the issues with resources and the people who follow him. Okay, again, the card of a lot of money, but then grief and adversity, and then exposure for the enemy, and then money. I feel it, guys. I was actually, by the way, this reminds me, I hadn't thought about it before. Just now, I was at the gym yesterday. I listen to audiobooks sometimes when I'm at the elliptical thingy or whatever. And I was listening to the Vicky Ward book on Kushner Inc. And it talks about Cory Booker comes up several times because apparently Charles Kushner is a big donor of his. So, or was, okay. And so because Charles Kushner has these developments in New Jersey and Newark, apparently, I think. So then he has his connections to him. And also I feel like he, the criticism of him I've heard is that he has like taken a lot of money from, like, sort of like he's too pro business almost. Okay. So it makes sense in some ways. But so that's it. Now let's look at the people's other. Say anybody I missed. Klobuchar. I think I've done most of them. Let's see. Oh, Tulsi. Tulsi. Where's Tulsi? Tulsi. Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, so um she wants, oh, does imagine Tulsi is the nominee. Money. Oh, she wants the money. Oh my god, look at the heart. Look at the heart. Tulsi, damn girl. Hmm. Okay, so wow. Oh, baby. Oh, there's baby over here. Huh? Connections to business deals and baby. Oh, I don't know. Oh, weird. Oh, oh, that's right. I got the wrong card the wrong time. Oh, wait, one, two, three, four. Oh, this. Okay, yeah. So, guys, and also super weird. She gets she has really good cards in a weird way, okay? She has money, and now I think there's business deals connected to Trump, okay? So that's a problem. All right? But it also suggests that there's something she's superficial and connected to Trump. We know that there's business deals here making her happen. We know that, okay? So all right. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think she will for several reasons, right? But I think this indicates that there's a lot of people wanting her to happen, especially people connected to Trump, right? And and that's that. Okay. Now, then we have uh Elizabeth Warren. Okay, so okay, so uh okay, so interesting. I think things look good for her. The Empress is the female, women in general, female issues, women. The country also let her. It could be her proposal, guys. Now, then we have the short illness here. It could be that um, there's a temporary problem, and this is the young women, and also lifestyle. So, and this is interesting because the solution becomes the problem, and then the fights. So I feel like what happens with her, what she's dealing with, is that she has put a lot of thought and effort into her plan, but this may turn out to be a problem for her in the sense that powerful people are going to want to fight her. There's this illegal issues because the plan, in other words, the doctor is attacking the people, not attacking, is looking at the people that have too much. So, but it looks kind of good for her, okay? But it's just that this is like it's this fight that may let's see now, let's say Beto. Oh, the judgment for the hang money. Okay, so wait, I don't know, guys. It's so weird. I get the wrong the wrong things. Okay, judgment and offer. Okay, okay, okay. This. Oh my god. No, this is not okay. Okay, so this is the type here that came out. Okay, so okay, and then we have this. Okay, work. Then we have this prominence. One, two, one, two, three, four, five. What is missing? One, two, three. This one here. Okay. Yeah. Gamblers, a lot of money. So, and then we have this. Oh, I think it was upside down. So, yeah, so this looks really good for him. Okay. Judgment, right? The angels come down. He is an offer. He offered to work or has offers, or he is offered the nomination in some way. Then we have this is fame or recognition to come into interesting, right? To come into prominence, and this is a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money, and it suggests there's some financial issues here, but it looks good for him. Now let's look at Kamala. Okay, so like this, because I know I saw her as the VP. Okay, my deal. Okay, so what is missing here? Okay, change, and then donors. Okay. Now, okay, so it's kind of interesting for her here because this is harvest. Okay, so issues with like it could be financial, also harvesting money. This is the dream. Okay, this is the good success and dream. This is people with money, the donors, and this is a big change. Now, this is kind of a negative card because it's um impeachment, right? Now, it could, there could be something connected to Trump, but it could also mean that she has obstacles, okay? And then we have a deal. Okay, so it's interesting. Okay, I don't know if it means that she's gonna be with Beto. Wait, like think about a marriage, right? This, and I'm saying this because I had already looked into her. So okay, so then okay, let's see here. Is this over? How is this impediment overcome? Is it overcome at all? In private. No, this is the White House. Is that right? White House. Oh, interesting informations. Interesting informations. Interesting informations. Interesting, important revelation. So, yeah, so maybe, guys, I wonder, this is important revelation about the White House, but it also could be her own. Let's see one more. Yeah, sad news about the White House. I don't know, guys. It could be her own, honestly. Yeah, so she's a friend, okay? So she remains. This is my sense, okay? Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, again, guys, the card of the deal, okay? So, okay, so this is bringing something. As you guys know, I like her. I like her. So, oh, I didn't do Pete. Forget about him, huh? Did I forget about him? Let's do it last. I forgot about him. Do him last. But so this is kind of interesting, guys. It's so funny. I totally forgot about him. So, oh, and Bernie. Forget about Bernie too. How interesting. Interesting. I have to do them. But this is interesting, guys. You know what? Because I have to say these things. There was the last time I looked into the candidates, I looked into her, and I had seen in the visions that there would be some sort of a big event that would change. The waters would clear. Remember, like it would a huge shift. And I remember so clearly that after it was like an earthquake, and there was like a huge hole in the ground. And after it was almost like a scenario of like ruins or something. And then all the candidates would, I'm going to say scatter, but you kind of clearly see who would survive this. And I remember seeing Beto and Kamala holding hands, and he's helping her cross. It's almost like there's a big crater on the floor, on the ground, and he's like, "Oh, jump! Hold my hand. You could jump over it." So then they're like, look at each other's eyes, but not in a romantic way, more like, oh, we connect. So that's my sense, because that's what it would suggest. Okay, that she's a friend, that she gets a ring, but it has to do really with the impeachment or the leaving of Trump more than anything. There's a big change here, and that's when things become more solidified for her. That's why I still would think that she could be Beto. Now let's do Peter Buttigieg, right? But who knows? This may be a good guy. Like I said, guys, just because I had that sensation about him. So what about him? Asserting himself. Wait, it was like this, right? So it's upside down. That's right. Asserting himself. Upside down. Foreign. Interesting. Okay, so vision, court, and then interesting negative letter, and fake. Is that right? Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, it's weird, guys. Okay, I don't know. I don't think he has good chances, but I think he does have. He's well spoken, has good ideas, but this is like trying to assert himself, and then this is something foreign. Okay, and then we have the vision, but he has a vision. Okay, or there could be the foreign vision. Now this is they have the court and the negative delivery of a letter, and then the fake servant. So there's something that may come out about him. Okay, or maybe the whole thing with the Russia stuff may affect him. I don't know, but do I think he has cards that are good for the whole thing? No, no, I don't. Okay, and that's what it's weird, honestly, that this would come up, or maybe it has to do with like once the whole legal thing with like in this thing with the Russia, so things change. But I don't think these cards have a lot to say about it. No, nothing here suggests any kind of it's actually negative, actually relatively negative compared to the others. Suggesting legal problems, or maybe that he doesn't legally go through with it. Okay, and that, but I do think that there, the only, like I was telling you guys, the reason I'm suspicious of him is because all the Republicans like him, and he's just too perfect, and there's like the timing is, it just seems a little, it strikes me as strange. Okay, so anyway, so this is it. Okay, but the position here, the foreign stuff in the court, I don't know, honestly. I have a hard time believing he has some sort of legal problem, but that's what it shows. Basically, the cards alone do not suggest that he has any kind of Okay, so next, oh, this is what's his name? Bernie. Oh, Tower upside down. Okay, Bernie. This is org chart or people. It's also health, guys. He was sick, so he hit his head. I mean, I'm not saying this is this is usually either could be women or Russia. So let me get another one. Yeah, money. Okay, Russian money. I think this is usually Russia stuff. It could be women, but anyway, this is money. And okay, so let's see more work. Okay, the work. What else? This the younger man, a shady younger man. Okay, one more. Oh, military attacks. Weird. Okay. Okay. So soon. Oh, weird. Okay. So wow. So no, doesn't look good for him either. Um, yeah, it suggests, I mean, things, the tower is not good, obviously, right? Because it suggests everything falling apart. Could it touches people close to him, or could be that it touches his health and the people that are connected to the fundraising, okay? And then the work, it could be one of the people that work for him. Now, this is bad, guys, because there is the military attack or foreign attack or something like that soon. So this may come out soon, and it's gonna make the whole thing fall apart for him. So that's that. So okay, so now I'm gonna do visions for all of them. Okay, so like I said, guys, so the summary is, I think, um, yeah, I think Beto looks best and out of the cards. I think Kamala may, things may change for her once the whole thing with Trump is revealed, and I think she may make a deal, quote unquote. I do think she could be the VP. I do think um, Elizabeth Warren has that. I really like her nowadays. I'm like really liking her, but there may be issues with her plan. They might pick at her, and I don't know. So, okay, so let me just go back to the list here. Okay, so let's see. All right, so not guys, I did not write down the oh, did I do J? Oh, J, yeah, I think I did. Okay, so okay, let's start with what I remember here. So Chris Gillibrand. She's crying, she's upset. She didn't get the money she wanted. She feels like she worked so hard. It may not be, the timing is wrong. She may drop out before it goes through. Very, you know what I mean? Like seriously. Okay, Tim Ryan here. Tim Ryan. He has this ego issue, and he's like, I don't feel, it's like almost like he does I don't know, he's like, yeah, I have to. Maybe it's like he thinks his angle is like, he thinks that he's kind of he's a conservative, he's like a moderate, and he's like he's against AOC, those types of people. I'm gonna say the types of people he was against Nancy Pelosi. So it's like he thinks he's sort of like a proto-Republican type. Okay, I think right in some way. I think just because I remember the whole thing being anti Nancy Pelosi, so I feel like he's thirsty at the Republican voters. Okay, but I think he's disorganized. There is something about his campaign being disorganized and not having the momentum. It's like he feels like it's his moment in the sun. And for a weird reason, I feel like he thinks he may be at risk, actually, his seat or something. I don't know. He feels like there's something really um not he's not in a good position in many ways. Okay, so I don't know how it's going to be resolved, but there is something else going on in his life that is kind of problematic, and he feels like if he puts the energy into running for president, it's a good thing, it's going to work out. But I think he just, when I see him looking at a mountain, it's like, I can't climb this mountain kind of feeling. Okay, so all right, so then what do we have here? We have um oh my god, Biden. I didn't do Biden. Okay, so what about Biden? 1 second. Okay, let me just I have to go back here. Sorry. Let's do Biden. Because guys, there's so many people I forget. Okay, so upside down, but it's upside down because it's on my side. So women. Oh, that's right, the women stuff. Okay, so the child, that's Trump. Guys, I do think that Trump is like behind this whole campaign to kind of make him look bad. I really believe it. I really do believe it. Okay, so the whole I think they're attacking the types they think that have okay. So here, money. Then what do we have? Absence. Now this is bad. This is bad because it's literally says he's going to be absent. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, melancholy upside down. So no. So I think it's just because, this is really out of all the cards, guys, regardless of whether he, there's all kinds of stages that, all kinds of cards that you could say are good or bad, but this is not the kind of card you want to see a person is absent, right? He has to feel like it's so here we have, guys, the negatives. This is something coming out about women, okay? Is not a good thing, okay? And this is maybe he's married, I don't know. The child, I don't know if he has a child, but I think this is Trump, okay? And this is the deals here that he's made absence and then melancholy, so he's not going to do it. Okay, so he decides to be absent to not to go through. So, but anyway, just need to close my eyes and see Biden. Yeah, I feel like he's kind of, let's say in a bubble. He's been protected by the Obama bubble, so to speak, in the sense that Obama is surrounded by so much positivity that he's rubbed off on him, and people have, generally speaking, a lot of goodwill towards him. But it's almost as if while he was in this loving bubble, the world changed so radically, and I think he's ill prepared for it, and he thinks like it's not worth fighting this stuff with women. It's too much. It's like not the right time, and he may give up on it. Okay, so okay, so then what's next? Okay, so all right, and then let's now go back to from top here because, like I said, there's a lot of people. Andrew Young. Okay, so well, I feel like he's kind of like really excited about running for president, but it was more like it's not that he was a marketing scheme, but it was like he's actually a good person. Sounds like he's like, yeah, man, it's a. But it was like it's like a goal he had. I wanted to run for president. I don't think he thought he was definitely gonna win or anything. It's just something that. But he was like happy that he ran. But I don't think I don't think he's. I think he's gonna give up before the whole thing. Okay, so then Julian Castro. He's sad. I think he feels that racism is still it's true, guys, the whole racism is still there. He is not he feels like he feels like the integration issues personally touch him, and that's true. But I also feel like there's a bit of a heaviness about him that is not the right, you need somebody who is more is not just going to fight Trump, but also going to see a positive. Like there's something a little bit sad or a little bit heavy about him, and I don't feel like it's again the right time. Okay, all right. So then we have now. Let's leave. Come on. Okay, Cory Booker. Cory Booker. Yeah, he's just like he's ambitious. He's always been very ambitious. I see he's like, and he's kind of regretting the money he took. It might be like I was telling you guys, it might be the Charles Kushner Association or the Wall Street. I don't know, but there's something here he kind of regrets it. He's like, damn it, I was too ambitious too early. And or like, maybe there was normal. He took like every politician, you take money from donors, but I feel like he kind of compromised. I don't know, explain. It's not that I'm like, it has to be pure or anything, but that's my sense. He's just kind of like it's not a good association for him. Okay, he's like, but and he looks at Kamala Harris like Kamala is so much better. He kind of knows, that he kind of knows that the timing is on the side of women, and I feel like he's not. The timing is maybe off for him. He feels it. Okay, so and people have told him that. The donors. Okay, now I have here in front of me Tulsi. What's going on, Tulsi? Guys, Tulsi, I see her. She's kind of brainwashed. She really does what, like I was telling you guys, she does it. She's happy. She's actually happy to be doing this. And she's like there. She knows there's a kind of an apparatus supporting her, of all the kind of shady money and everything. But I feel like she's like waving and then the whole thing falls apart and she falls like almost it's not that there's it's almost looks like an small explosion, but it's sort of like as if she's on a stage, on a speech. There's a little stage for her to step into, and then the stage falls apart, and then there's debris all over. Okay, in the sense of like she's like suddenly everything changes dramatically, and I think maybe the quote unquote the explosion I saw before, but in the sense of like the bombshell, Okay, so then, okay, Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren. She's very determined. She's like, she kind of feels like things are not necessarily perfect in terms of numbers, but she's gonna go through it until the end. She's gonna be on top of. She's gonna be one of the. I don't know. I don't feel like she. Guys, I still feel like so much is gonna happen. I think she's gonna be one of the top ones to. She's definitely gonna go all the way, but not may not be picked for other reasons. I don't know. I just feel like there's other external issues, but I feel like she's gonna continue. Okay, Amy Klobuchar. Yeah, she's not. She's also knows that it's not working out. She feels like she's weighing right now. She's weighing the like, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the all the effort? And I don't think she's gonna. No, I think she's like, not for me right now. It was a nice idea. I mean, not. She's still gonna go for it for a little bit longer, but I don't think she's gonna all the way. Okay, so then Bernie Sanders, what's going on with Bernie? It's funny. I feel like when the whole thing, as it gets closer, the whole thing with Trump, he gets more deranged as well. Okay, and something falls apart. There's a huge misstep, and I think I see his advisors like, kind of like he went off the rails, kind of thing. Okay, I don't. As you guys know, I'm not a Bernie fan, but what I saw here is that they know there was something. I think it's like he's getting a little like older, and he's kind of losing it. But at the same time, he always wanted it. So he's like, as he realizes he may not really be able to do it this time, he's like gets crazier or like, does like all these not faux pas, but kind of it looks like, how before somehow he got away with all the stuff he was doing to Hillary and stuff like that. The whole like I don't know, just the whole like attacking, the same, you basically kind of being angry all the time and yelling and stuff like that. I just feel like it gets worse. It's like your people realize, but I don't feel, but like I said, it's almost like his personality comes out more. I do think some of his ideas are not bad. It's just like how he was the persona of it. It's almost like some of his ideas are not horrible, but his persona is not great. So it kind of falls apart. Okay, so then Jay Inslee. Yeah, he feels like he could do better in the local level right now. Okay, so bet. Okay, let's see Kamala. Okay, Gillibrand, I did everybody. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, now, okay, Biden, I did. Okay, so let's see now. I'm not sorry, Kamala and Beto. What is going on? Kamala and Beto. Yeah, I still see him. And Kamala is disappointed, but I think the whole thing, something happens. I do think it's something connected to the whole Trump, the whole thing of Trump unfolds. But I do think that Beto will want to connect with her. She may like him, but not now. I think they're both gonna go all the way. But there's so much that's gonna happen we don't even know. Okay. Okay. So then, what about Pete Buttigieg? Buttigieg. Yeah, I feel like something's gonna, I do think there's something about his background, something's gonna come out about him. But I do see him becoming more famous, I guess, or almost like I think he could become a what is it called? Like TV person. Those people who go on MSNBC type people. Okay, I think he could become that person. I don't think he's gonna go. It's interesting. I don't think he's gonna be president, or he's gonna go through with it for several reasons. Because I almost feel like he kind of knows that he is not really. It's almost like he knew he had to run, but he's not gonna go through with it. Like he knows that it's not meant to be, even though he's saying, yeah, he obviously wants to run, but it's almost like he's doing a marketing thing. Okay, he's kind of like getting himself known, and I feel like he's aware of the media. He knows about Trump and how Trump was successful at like creating a media brand. I don't think he's a bad person. I just think that he's a little bit more. I don't want to say the word. It's weird to say this because suppose like he talks he says nice things, but he's a little bit shallow. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like he wants to be. He's like, I'm in politics and I'm making my brand and I'm making it happen. And there's like a kind of a sense of like a lot of strategy in his like that he planned a lot of it, and in the end he knew he was going to withdraw at towards the end, but he used it the moment in the sun to really catapult himself into a bigger role. But honestly, I wonder what he's gonna. I don't know that he's gonna want to do necessarily election, like, govern, I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna be some sort of a celebrity. You know how, like, I'm not saying, that he's gonna be like, what's his name? Avenatti. But something like, because Avenatti is kind of a hustler, not has supposedly done all these illegal things, kind of shady, right? But him, it's like he becomes a soul. I guess I don't know if he's a lawyer or I don't know. There's something about the way he's talking on. I see him on television, talking on television, and becoming a he has a talk show. I don't know, something where his voice enters politics for a long time. Okay, but not necessarily as a presidential candidate. Okay, and I feel, actually, I have a better feeling about him now, although I think, it's like, yeah, there was something. It was not a coincidence. It was very planned, as I thought. He's very meticulous about his carving out the persona, but he's not a bad person. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm getting a little tired. Usually I haven't done like these readings on people, right? So it's this long. So anyway, all right. So okay. See you later, alligators. All right. Bye.